They came at him as he watched helplessly from the shadows. His teammate's body lay crumpled, and his belongings now trophies for the bandits who killed him. Blood rushed to his head, and with blind rage he opened fire. This is the life of a stalker in the zone, a place where danger comes not only from mutants and anomalies, but from humanity itself. The bandits are the epitome of this danger. Opportunistic, brutal, and cunning, they have carved out a bloody legacy within the zone. Today we uncover their complete story, from their origins to their defining role across the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series. The Bandits are not a traditional faction. Unlike duty or freedom, they have no ideological goal or larger purpose. They are criminals who have flocked to the zone for reasons ranging from escaping the law to making a quick fortune by trading artifacts. Some are petty thieves and thugs, while others are seasoned outlaws. What unites them is their complete disregard for morality or order. Operating in groups, bandits rely on intimidation, ambush tactics, and sheer numbers. While they lack the organization and firepower of other factions, their opportunistic nature and adaptability make them a persistent threat. For stalkers traveling alone, crossing paths with bandits often means losing everything, or worse. The zone, with its lawlessness and abundance of artifacts, provides the perfect environment for bandits. They act as scavengers and parasites, preying on stalkers who have done the hard work of retrieving the artifacts. Bandits also maintain a loose network of checkpoints and ambush sites, where they extract tolls from anyone passing through. In some areas, bandits go beyond robbery. They will even enslave weaker stalkers, forcing them into labor camps to scavenge for valuables. These acts of cruelty showcase the darker side of life in the zone, a place where power often lies in the hand of the ruthless. The bandits' history is marked by chaos and shifting leadership. By the time of Shadow of Chernobyl, they had coalesced into a semi-organized force under a leader named Yoga. Operating out of garbage, Yoga's bandits controlled key checkpoints and used the area as a hub for extortion and smuggling. However, not all bandits trusted Yoga. Figures like Borov, a senior bandit, believed Yoga's reckless actions endangered the faction as a whole. Borov eventually overthrew Yoga and established himself as the bandits' leader. Under his rule, the bandits relocated their base to the old Freedom Stronghold in the Dark Valley. Borov's leadership brought some stability, but his ambitions also made the faction a target. The Marked One's mission to retrieve the key to Lab X-18 resulted in Borov's death and a significant blow to the bandits' power. By the events in Call of Pripyat, the bandits had fractured into smaller groups, but a new leader, Sultan, emerged to bring some cohesion. Sultan avoided open conflict, opting instead for covert operations and strategic alliances. He secured deals with corrupt duty officers and other factions, turning the bandits into a more calculated and organized force. However, splinter groups like those led by Jack and Shashak continued the traditional bandit activities of robbery and kidnapping, adding to the faction's infamy. In Shadow of Chernobyl, bandits are a constant presence in the early and mid-game. They operate extensively in garbage, where they control checkpoints and raid loner camps. Their base in the Dark Valley serves as a hub for operations, but their influence extends to areas like the Agroprom Underground, where they ambush stalkers searching for S.T.A.L.K.E.R's stash. Players will encounter bandits in several missions. Early on, the Marked One must fend off bandit raids on loner camps, such as the car park in the Cordon. Later, the mission to infiltrate Borov's base highlights the bandits' reliance on overwhelming numbers and crude defenses. Even after Borov's death, bandits remain a persistent threat, frequently ambushing players in the wild territory and garbage. Bandits are universally hostile to most factions, except for the mercenaries, with whom they occasionally will collaborate with. Their willingness to work with outsiders, combined with their opportunistic nature, make them rather unpredictable and dangerous. In Clear Sky, the Bandits are portrayed as a much more organized faction under Yoga's leadership. Their control of garbage is absolute, with checkpoints at every entrance and exit. These tolls serve as a primary source of income, but they also make the faction a constant annoyance for players navigating the area. The Bandits in Clear Sky go beyond robbery, enslaving weaker stalkers and forcing them to scavenge through garbage's irradiated piles of waste. These labor camps underscore the Bandits' cruelty and opportunism. In a surprising turn, players encounter elite bandit squads in Limansk. These well-equipped fighters, armed with advanced weaponry like SA avalanche rifles, showcase the faction's ability to adapt and thrive in high-stakes scenarios. In Call of Pripyat, the Bandits' leadership shifts to Sultan, who adopts a more covert approach. By striking deals with corrupt officials and factions like Duty, Sultan ensures that the Bandits remain a significant force. However, the splinter groups as discussed earlier, like Jack's Loan Shark operation and Shashak's kidnappings, highlight the faction's fractured nature. Players can engage with or oppose the Bandits in several missions. Rescuing Maite from Shashak's group reveals their brutal tactics, while aiding Beard undermines Sultan's influence. These missions illustrate the Bandits' dual identity, as both a threat and an opportunity. Bandits, like most other factions, are ranked by experience, with rookies serving as mere cannon fodder, and veterans leading their operations. While most bandits rely on low-grade weaponry, like sawed-off shotguns and Viper 5 submachine guns, elite members occasionally will wield high-end gear like AKM-74s and the Chaser 13 shotguns. This mix of equipment reflects their scavenger roots, but also their ability to adapt to the zone's challenges. The Bandits are more than just antagonists. They embody the zone's harsh realities. Their crude humor, repetitive taunts, and Gopnik-inspired attire make them memorable. But their adaptability and persistence makes them a constant threat. Love them or hate them, the Bandits are a vital part of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe, reflecting the survival at any cost mentality that defines life in the zone. The Bandit faction is known for their repetitive, humorous lines and terminology. One infamous example is the famous "Shake him, break him" quote, which is well known even outside the stalker community, often used to stereotypically represent the Gopnik culture. Some bandits can be heard humming the song "Gop Stop" by Alexander Rosenbaum. The Bandits faction were originally going to be allied with the Monolith faction, although the reasoning for this is unknown. Bandits can be seen donning striped tracksuits, especially those of the Adidas manner, referencing to the stereotypical no-good Gopnik and thug culture. In Shadow of Chernobyl, on extremely rare occasions, a randomly generated bandit may be wearing a sunrise suit, making it easy to mistake them for a loner. This is likely the sunrise suit bandit being drawn into combat by the A-Life system without having a chance to go through their scripted sequence. In Clear Sky, the Bandits had a severe bug that would discourage or even prevent some from joining their faction. Before patch 1.5.05, Borov, Yoga, and Sinka would go out of the base and attack whenever the bandit base was attacked. Although the death of Sinka is not significant and is more beneficial as one can search his corpse for a black kite, the death of Borov removes the faction's barman, and the death of Yoga will permanently end any chances of joining the Bandits. After patch 1.5.05, this bug was fixed, but not completely removed, as Yoga might still wander off and attack hostiles outside of the base and become stuck in a location and prevents the player from talking to him. Reloading's one quick save will reset him from this bug, however. Also, Bandits and Freedom are hostile to each other, but if the player joins one of these factions, the other will not be an enemy to the player. However, joining Bandits will reset Freedom's respect to neutral. Hey everyone, once again I want to say thank you for tuning in and watching another one of these lore videos. I made a post on the community page within my YouTube profile, and it has a poll showing some different ideas moving forward. There are only a couple more factions I have not already covered, and I want to wait to cover the S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 factions until a little bit further after release so that their lore is a little bit more explained and I'm able to check my information. So if you would like to click one of the suggestions for alternative content for me to make, I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, you can comment down below and let me know some other things either within the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe or other game series that you would like to have a video made about. Thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.